Hello and welcome to Indestructible Potatoes. As the newly named Potato Lounge, which will be replacing Movie Talks with your host Logan
and Steve. How's it going, people?
Alright, Steve. And we were playing Jet Set Radio, which is free on Xbox.
Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set. Jesus Christ. It's not Jet Set Radio.
That is great.
It's Sunset Overdrive, but it's Jet Set Radio. That is mixed with Crackdown. Damn, I am just silly right now. Alright, well, let's continue on with movies instead of me getting the games mixed up, Steve. Alright, let's start off with first. Chris Pratt will be in the next Avengers movie, directed by the Russo brothers. I think he'll be in the Infinity Wars. He's not sure about which installment of Infinity Wars, but he might be in both from what the Russo brothers are hinting at. What do you think about that, Steve? About Star-Lord being in Infinity Wars.
I think it would be a weird touch, but I think I actually haven't been in touch with Infinity War comics.
Neither have I, so
I need to touch them. I need to get the basis.
It would be nice to see them do that.
Yeah.
Because they're the same universe, yes?
Yeah, exactly. Star-Lord is a great character. You know, Chris Pratt nobody else.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's a great actor. So I think it would be a great addition to the movie from the superheroes that we already have. I honestly, like I said, all I know is Thanos, Infinity Gauntlet, which I am much looking forward to.
And we will be seeing the fifth one in Doctor Strange.
Yes, we will.
Now, out of curiosity, do you want to see Chris Pratt, Star-Lord? Do you want to see him in the first, in part one or part two, or do you want to see him in both? Would it make sense for him to be in the first, the second, or both of them?
That's a good question. First or second or both. If he only could appear in one, I would say more of the first one.
I say the second. I would say the impact might change if he was in the second. Like they could kind of in the first one they can build up to him being in there, or they can build up to the entire group being in it.
Yeah,
they can put the entire Guardians of the Galaxy cast into it, but that would also require Marvel to, sign a contract with everybody being in it, and as everybody's argued, Deadpool, for instance, saying it seems like the studio couldn't, purchase more people to be in it, and I can see that being, the main case of how, people are viewed these times.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard to, judge, especially since we don't have the best knowledge up to date right now.
Yeah.
But we will.
Yeah.
But I think first, second, I don't know if both would be a good decision, but I would say, I know you said second, I say first.
Yeah.
But, only time will tell.
Yeah, it would tell. All right, well, second on our list, and this is Star Wars from what our Rogue One trailer breakdown, which is on it's on our YouTube channel right now.
It is a must check out.
And this is from Daisy Ridley herself, saying that Jane Russo, the protagonist in Rogue One, is not Rey's mom. Is not and from what I've read recently, is she doesn't care much for the background of Rey because she's happy with how it's laid out right now, where they were nobodies. Now they're somebodies because of what they've done.
Yeah,
and I give her props for that, because it takes balls for someone to say, you don't need to know their storyline because it's irrelevant. She doesn't even. It's like even in the first movie, they don't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
They hint at it, but they don't talk about her family at all.
I think based off of what you just said, that's a good thing to have. I think you don't actually, since they didn't do it, they played it out perfectly.
It'd be a nice thing for like an anthology, like what they're doing now with Han Solo and Rogue One, but
it's not needed.
Farther along in the lines where the hype is built up with these characters, so the people where they're excited for it.
I think it's gonna be to the point where it's gonna be something's gonna happen, and it's gonna be a major turning point in the Star Wars films, and it's gonna be probably like 2 or 3 movies in, and then that whatever's gonna happen, and then they're gonna switch up and do like a bio movie kind of.
Yeah, kind of like a background thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it would make sense. Well, let's go to the next thing on our topic, Steve. We have Marvel's Defenders. The Defenders will start shooting this year. This is stated by Daredevil himself, Charlie Cox. The Defenders includes Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Lucas Cage,
Iron Fist?
and Iron Fist, yeah. Lucas Cage and
Alright.
Iron Fist are two different people, apparently. And I didn't look up the actors and what movies they partook in, but Luke Cage is being acted by Mike Coulter.
Okay.
And it premieres September 30th, 2016, as Iron Fist is being shown by Finn Jones, which has no release date. Now
Okay.
I don't know the Defenders quite well because I'm more of just I enjoy Daredevil because he's my dude. But I'm just gonna
Great
go ahead and throw
character.
that out as I didn't watch Jessica Jones at all, either, which I'm.
It's very it's actually pretty good.
It's on my list.
Yeah, it's
Trust me.
definitely worth watching. To all those people who haven't, I haven't finished it, but it's a great show.
Wait, you haven't finished Daredevil season 2 either.
Yeah,
So.
no. So I mean, it's all worth it to be
Yeah,
honest.
they do a great job with how they film it, and I gotta admit, Daredevil pulls on my heartstrings as a film entrepreneur, as a film interest, as those long takes they do in the TV. I know there's at least 2 takes within each season where they're long takes, and I love them dearly because they are
Yeah.
just beautiful. Even though people will bitch about how it's cut, it's not cut. It's full takes that don't cut. If you need me to, if you have questions about what a long take is, comment below and I will tell you. I will give you
Yeah.
examples of it. Trust me.
They know what the fuck that they're doing. I know they do. I have
Alright.
great faith in them.
Yeah, they did. All right, Steven. Next, we have Charlie Cox said that we don't know if there's going to be a season 3. I certainly don't know. When asked about the season 3 of Daredevil, and the storyline is unknown if indeed there will be a season 3 of Daredevil, which would be awesome to see because it will include, I guarantee it will include Elektra again and Punisher.
Yeah, I feel like it's a question of it's not gonna happen now.
Oh yeah,
but
probably next year. I
yeah.
guarantee it because you've got to take breaks.
Yeah, I feel like they gotta continue that story. I feel like they actually need to put Spider-Man and Daredevil. Spider-Man and Daredevil have.
But then we're gonna put Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Deadpool together. get the trio together.
I mean, sure, if you can, if
the shoe fits.
Exactly. They haven't been a perfect pair, but ever since the Spider-Man Unlimited shows back in the day,
Yeah.
those have always included the two. Where they're partners, and I might die.
Yeah.
But wow, I haven't played this game in a while.
No, you're
But-
fine, Steve. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine.
I
Pick up that health right there.
am going.
Get it.
But yeah, I feel like it's definitely going to be a season 3.
Yeah,
Just not
I wouldn't surprise me.
anytime soon.
Oh yeah, next year definitely. It wouldn't surprise me because I guarantee Charlie Cox has got to go through, physical training to learn his stunts, to
Yeah.
learn all that. And they've got to make the script, the screenplay, the story right. They need producers, the director for it. But
It takes
I'm not
fucking
gonna complain. Season 2 was a grade above the first season. I gotta admit, you got me on the first season because I had no clue who Daredevil was.
Yeah, it's.
I had heard his name before, but I hadn't shown interest, and I appreciate you showing me who
Oh,
he is.
man,
'Cause they did an amazing job showing me who he is.
Yeah, they from the first film that was that was made, can't tell you a specific date, but
Yeah,
they
don't
made
be
a
specific.
they made a huge adjustment, and we both see where they're at now, and it's amazing.
Yeah, that would be great to see it happen again.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. Next on our list is Pedro Pascal, who played Oberyn Martell in the Game of Thrones. Spoiler alert: he's the dude who got his eyes poked out by the mountain.
Okay.
You've seen it because I was with you when you saw that scene. I think.
Oh, okay.
So it was
Yeah.
it was during the fight scene where he had used the poison blade and where they killed him. Spoiler alert once again. He's being casted into the Kingsman Golden Circle, and Channing Tatum is also joining the cast of Kingsman Golden Circle, both of which who have not been released as to what their roles will be. I'm assuming Channing Tatum will be a spy of some sort, and Oberyn Martell, I'm sorry, that's not his name, Pedro Pascal will be like an agent kind of like the dude who was in the plane.
I'm not surprised. I think Channing Tatum probably. I'm not a huge fan of Channing Tatum. He's a great actor.
Well, he's been in a lot of He's been in a lot of comedy films.
Yeah. I feel like he will fit into the movie. You know, because the movie did have a sense of comedy here and there. You know, it might not be the greatest comedy film, but you know.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at. Yeah,
I think he would fit in it.
Kingsman did have some comedic parts.
Exactly.
I don't know Pedro Pascal as an actor. All I know is
me neither.
All I know is his 4 to 8 episodes that he was in for Game of Thrones, and that's it. Like I don't think I've seen him in any other movie that I've watched religiously for a while.
It beats me. I do not know other than Game of Thrones.
All right. Well, next on our list, Edge of Tomorrow has gotten the writer for its sequel. Did you saw?
That's
the one with Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
and,
I actually really like that movie.
I was gonna say Emily Blunt. I don't think that's the character.
I do not know her name, but it was a pretty decent movie.
She was pregnant during filming.
Wow, she did a great job.
She did a fantastic job. But I think they try to get her scenes shot as fast as possible because she was. But the writer is Joe Sharpnell and Anna Waterhouse. They wrote the 2016 Race. I think it was World War II African American kind of film.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I didn't see it, but I heard it was good for. I think it was historically accurate. So I think it was viewed as a historical film.
That's good.
But I heard good reviews about it. But I didn't watch it, so I don't particularly know. But at least they got its writers for the sequel for Edge of Tomorrow, or Live, Die, Repeat, as the movie was first called before they decided to switch it in post, or before it was released on DVD. But I don't know. Hopefully, what do you think about the storyline for? What do you think they're gonna do for Edge of Tomorrow for 2? Yeah.
That is a good question, because I feel like Edge of Tomorrow left on a great ending.
But it was an iffy ending.
Ending.
It left on a high note, but
exactly. It
was a very low-key high note.
It was
because I think it just ended with him going back to see her, and that was it.
Yeah, and everything.
Then it faded to black. The director's best choice.
Because everything was back to normal. I don't think he had his powers anymore.
You think they'll come back with the mimics, or you think they'll add something new to it?
I think they'll add. I feel like they need to add something new to it.
You think they'll get Tom Cruise to come back?
Yeah, I feel like
if he's not busy with Mission Impossible.
I feel like he should come back.
Yeah, I'll say it would be nice to see him come back.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard topic.
He's not a bad actor, but the movie didn't get high praise because of some parts were viewed against I don't even remember. I think it was just people were complicated with it. They didn't understand it. But let's go on to the next topic, Steve.
No problem.
Benedict Cumberbatch is going to voice the Grinch in the new animated film How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is being released on November 10th in 2017. This is going to be, from what I read, it's going to be kind of like the one with Jim Carrey in it, but it's an animated film. So it's kind of like the original animated film that you see on Christmas or during the Christmas time.
Yeah.
But it's going to be with Benedict Cumberbatch's voice. But they didn't really release any news as to how it will look, if it will look any newer, like, I don't know, like a cartoon.
I feel like for its time, the older one was pretty nice. Well, not older
I enjoyed the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah, that was very
but
well
that one
done.
was still looked down at, too.
Yeah.
So, there's always negatives to what we find entertaining.
Yeah, exactly.
Sad because
that's our childhood.
Yeah, we enjoy Jim Carrey as an actor. He's very comedic.
I think it's hard to know what you can do with How the Grinch Stole Christmas that isn't already done.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like everything else, you want to have that newer version, but I don't know if it's needed, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not really like high because Benedict Cumberbatch is doing Sherlock Holmes, which, by the way, got I think it's got its first female director for that one. By the way, so that was a good step for.
That's great
for how everything is nowadays. So that's got its first female director, and he's got Doctor Strange. And then I think I don't know because I haven't really heard anything about the new Star Trek. He might be making a cameo in Star Trek if J.J. Abrams plays his cards right. But
yeah.
I saw the trailer of whatever the other one was, and I wasn't a fan of it. So.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to tell.
But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
When it gets closer to the time when we have to review the trailers and whatnot, we'll look at it. We'll dumb it down. We'll leave you guys up for speculations and whatnot.
Suggestions are welcome.
Yes, they are. But let me go ahead and just tell you this: Pete Candland and Yarrow Shanae are to direct this film. Now, Pete Chandland was an animator for All Dogs Go to Heaven 2 back in 1996. That was probably one of the films that I knew of as a kid, but I didn't watch. So I was more accustomed to that title of a movie than I was to any of his other equipment.
So All Dogs Go to Heaven
2, the second one.
Oh, it was. So are they talking? Oh, it's the second one.
Yeah, he was an animator for them. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know it was the second one. I watched the first one.
Yeah, I watched the first one. It was Charlie.
Yeah, it was fucking effing sad, but
it was great though.
It was.
It was entertaining.
I think we might need to watch the second one.
Yeah, well, maybe. And then Yarrow Shanae was a production designer for Despicable Me 1 and 2 and Lorax, which Despicable Me was released in 2010, 2013, and Lorax was released in 2012.
Okay.
Now, I think her being a director makes more sense than Pete Chandland, because the last thing he did as an animator, or at least one of the higher things that I've noticed, he's done probably a dozen things since then, but the one thing that I did notice was 1996 when he did All Dogs Go to Heaven. Okay. Now, once again, that is my biased, view to it. I noticed it. I looked at his IMDb, of course, but I looked through it. I was like, I don't know any of these films, and most people won't know these films unless they are hardcore, moviegoers and they watch these things religiously. But I was like, I noticed the film, so I just said it out loud, and that was it. And for our last topic of today, Steven.
Snap.
Oh, snap. Blade Runner 2. You know how we talked about that about 2-3 weeks ago?
We did.
We did, and we talked about how they were doing filming for it. I believe they were doing they were starting script writing and whatnot.
Did they find the lead actor for Blade Runner?
I think they're doing. I'd have to go back to the video. I think Ryan Gosling is doing the main for it, and Harrison Ford is coming back for a cameo. And then who was the WWE player we talked about last week?
Batista.
Batista's doing another role.
Okay.
And then,
okay, that's what we talked about.
Robin Wright is also coming into it. I don't know. Once again, I don't know any of these roles specifically. They haven't laid them out. The only thing that the director has laid out is that Harrison Ford is making a cameo of the director of the detective that he was in the first one, of the 1989.
However long.
Yeah, however
long time.
But the movie has been moved. And now this is key right here. This is it was very eye opening when I saw this.
Tell me.
Has been moved from January 12th of 2018 back 3 months to October 6th, 2017. It's been so from January 2018 to October 2017.
Okay, because I thought I heard you wrong. Wow.
It's been moved back 3 months, which is impressive for a movie that's in what's it in? It's right now in pre-production. And it's in pre-production is they're getting ready to film, which means they have the script, they have the production design, and they have everything else. But the only thing they're going to start doing is now they're going to start filming.
That's actually pretty incredible.
Yeah, I was dumbfounded when I read that today. I was like, oh my god,
I wouldn't have expected that from a movie of that caliber. So.
Yeah. Well, and another thing that I kind of read with it was that the movie's being released around the same time. I guess it was the same weekend as an untitled Marvel film and an untitled Warner Brothers film. Once again, those are untitled, so I'm not aware of what the names of those titles will be. But I think if Blade Runner 2 turns out to be, somewhat decently like the first one, because it's going to be a sequel, of course.
It will.
But I kind of wonder if the Marvel untitled film and if the Warner Brothers one, how well those will look in comparison to how Blade Runner 2 looks. As long as Blade Runner 2 carries that same look and feel as the first Blade Runner.
Exactly.
I can oogle over it all day.
I think, like you said, as long as they stay
true to how the movie was originally filmed, but they have to change up some of the things.
You can't go wrong with that.
Well, they can. They can.
You can, but
it's kind of like how Harrison Ford broke his leg in the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars. We would hate to have Harrison Ford hurt himself again, but I want to go ahead and throw a little snippet out there.
Tell me.
When Harrison Ford broke his leg, J.J. Abrams said that was probably one of the most, I guess, tense times of him directing, and I can completely agree with him, but it actually helped J.J. Abrams like re-look at what he had done.
Yeah.
And he was able to reshoot after those 3 weeks. So that time when Harrison Ford was injured was a 3-week reprieval
window,
to
yeah.
review what they had and to say, scrap it, reshoot it. And then after those 3 weeks, they were able to reshoot some of the films. And I gotta agree that was a smart move from J.J. Abrams to
don't waste that precious time.
Yeah, they needed it desperately, but the movie was great still, and I loved it. I can't stand. I can't wait for Rogue One. And I can't wait for the new one.
I think we got a lot of expectations, and hopefully, these movies fill them.
Yeah, they do. Hopefully, that's how everything turns out. But I'd like to thank everybody for joining the Potato Lounge.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Potato.